Hi, it's Stephen DiPietro from servicewithpurpose.net. I want to tell you, this relates back to a previous post about using the analogy of sales with harvesting fruit, grabbing the low-hanging fruit and the effort required to do that. I want to give the example of an old neighbour, an ex-neighbour of mine. She's not old. Her name is Gemma. She works for a real estate agency, and what this real estate agency does, or realtor does, is they lease properties out for vacations. She's not part of the sales team, but she sits in the corner and takes one of about 100 calls a day. Things like, I'm looking for a property to rent, or the bathroom, the washroom's broken, or whatever goes with rental properties, both for the renter and the person renting the property. Now, every Monday morning, this company has a sales meeting, and they get up on the big whiteboard and they talk about who are the prospects, who are the salespeople, and what are they going to do, and what are their activities. Direct marketing campaigns. So let's annoy the customers. Let's go out and do a promotion. Let's go out and do TV advertisements. Let's go out and do all of these things. Now, unfortunately, the effort is ever increasing. It's harder and harder and harder. You've got a very finite pool of people out there who are willing to interact right now, especially when you're talking to them. Oh, let's start a direct mail. Let's start a phone campaign. Let's start a direct mail campaign. They're all expensive, they're all work, and they're all annoying. Now, what Gemma does is she sits there and she takes calls. So she'll grab the phone and she talks to a customer, and the customer calls her up and says, look, I want to rent the same property as last year. And she says, yeah, no problem, Mr. Smith, name. Mr. Smith goes on and talks about how much he loves the property, and she talks to him about the property. And she says, look, if you love the area so much, I notice you've been there for about 2 or 3 years now at the same property, the same time of the year. Have you thought of actually buying something there? Now, she's talking to him more as a friend. Although they haven't met and they talk once or twice, but they're not really friends, but she's talking to her as if she's interested because she is. And he says to her, no, I couldn't possibly afford anything. And this is a real life story. She says, well, look, I found something only 2 houses up this morning. I saw it for sale and it was listing for $325,000. Maybe that would be of interest to you. And he says, oh, is that the one near the big tree up on the side of the hill? Yeah, that's the one. He says, wow, that's not as expensive as I thought. I should think about that. She says, look, tell you what, I'll just tell one of the professional salespeople to give you a call. You might be interested. I don't know what your situation is, but just for what it's worth. So she writes up a little sheet, a little one-page sheet with a couple of handwritten notes about what happened, nothing fancy, and gives it to the professionals. Now, she's actually done the work. She's made the sale, but someone else is going to close it, and that's fine. But the point is, none of those other interruptions were ever going to find this customer. She's found this person simply by engaging and serving a little bit better by taking an interest. It took her 0 effort, and that's the point. It's no effort whatsoever to take an interest and to serve someone better. But what might happen as an accident or as a consequence is you actually make a sale. So once again, my name is Stephen DiPietro from servicewithpurpose.net, and have an awesome day.